Today on the show, it's comic book news recap. Today, we're going to be talking about the cover of Batman and Robin number 36. So for all of you that don't know, here is the cover of Batman and Robin number 36. It very clearly shows Jason, Tim, and Babs all in Robin costumes. And this is very interesting for a number of reasons. But first, let's get into what we know about this situation. Being honest, we don't know much. We have a quote to go off by Peter Tomasi, who's writing this issue. And he says, "All of these characters at this point are in the Robin mix. The Bat family will in the end rise to the challenge of helping a new Robin come to be in the DC universe." Now, keeping in mind we just have a cover and a quote to go off of, so this video is just going to be heavy speculation. I might be totally wrong. They might do something that I can't even imagine. Something that's very common in Bat titles at the moment, that kind of was very common in the 90s as well, is that the cover of the comic doesn't necessarily reflect what's going to happen in the comic. For example, in Batman Eternal issue number 3 or 4, or maybe 5, it showed Barbara and Batman in a fight. Then in the comic, it was actually just that Barbara and Batman were going to have an argument. So what I'm saying is, at most, take the cover with a grain of salt because it might be totally wrong. What I think this cover might represent is that the Bat family are kind of in shambles at the moment. These three characters in particular have distanced themselves from Batman more and more as time has gone on. I think what this issue might serve to do is that it's going to show Batman that these characters should mean just as much to him as Robin. They should not be treated as less than a Robin in his heart. And at the same time, I'm thinking it's going to show these characters that Batman is like a father to them, so they should treat him like a father. You know what they say, the family that wears high-tech spandex and fights crime together sticks together. Because they really don't have a choice, otherwise they'd be very weird. Now, I find it interesting that these three characters are in the Robin mix, because Barbara has obviously never been Robin, and Tim Drake in the New 52 again was never Robin. He was Red Robin straight away, and Jason, look, if you've been reading Red Hood and the Outlaws, you know that he is not Robin material anymore. As far as I can see, there are two possible Robins at the moment. There is Damian Wayne, who could be resurrected, and that would be the ideal situation. And then there's Carrie Kelly, who is somewhere. And everyone says that it's Robin's job to hold Batman back. It's Robin's job to keep Batman grounded. But Damian proved otherwise. Batman had to hold Damian back. So Robin doesn't need to have the same job over and over and over. And who knows, maybe they'll create a totally new character and we will get a brand new Robin with a brand new job. If it had to be one of the three on the cover, I would say it's most likely going to be Tim, just because Barbara's got her own title, Red Hood's got his own title, and Tim is in the Titans. And that's not necessarily his own title. Pre-New 52, he had his own title that ran for 15 or 16 years. I couldn't remember how long. And it was successful from the beginning right to the end. So in my mind, if they're not going to create a brand new character or bring Damian back or use Carrie Kelly, it would make sense for them to use Tim, to try and rekindle that passion for Robin that was once in the DC universe. Regardless of what happens, I'm excited because, as all of you know, Robin is a huge deal for me personally. Now onto something I just kind of want to tackle quickly. Last week I asked you to post news stories in the comments down below, and some of you posted news stories, but the vast majority of you didn't seem to know exactly what a news story was. I just want you to know that's fine because you're here to learn, and let me just explain to you that a news story is not a title of a comic, a title of a character, or something about a character that you just want my opinion on. A news story can be anything from this character is being redesigned, or this creative team are taking over this title, or even this cover has been revealed. Speculate. It could even be something like DC's next huge crossover crisis event has been announced. If you're still not sure what comic book news is, just Google comic book news and you'll find hundreds of comic book news websites. My favorite is Comic Book Resources. I hope that's helped you out a little bit. But the same as last week, post any news stories about comic books down below that are released within the week of the 19th to the 25th. If I find the news story interesting, it might just be what the next news video is about. And also, please do not post news stories from before the 19th, because they will be ignored. I want this new show to be very, very current, so nothing before the 19th, please. It's super effective! Okay guys, that is it for today. What do you think of the cover of Batman and Robin? Please let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe so you can see more news videos. And also don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, support the show by checking out my Patreon so I can make bigger and better videos when we hit that A-list character goal, and subscribe to my gaming channel. My name is Faust, this has been Exploring Comics, and it is super effective.